All right, we're back. We're going to talk about how we did last week. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it was a pretty damn good week in college football picking with Big Peso Dean. I'm Rob. We're back. We're going to talk about our week six picks. So let's go over those real quick. So I'll let you take the first ones, Dean. I know you were looking at some of these.
Yeah, man, what the fuck? Texas. I mean, we haven't seen that defense show up since the first week at Ohio State.
Yep.
Um, let's see if the defense travels. They'll be in Kentucky this week.
Yeah. So I was glad. So man, the at halftime, I was not sure about that Texas 1.5 points. I really we were losing like 6-3, but the
Yeah.
defense was there. And then the under after 6-3, I said, "Oh yeah, I know I'll hit the under." And then they came back. Arch put it on them, so that was a good pick there. Georgia Auburn. We also went the under on that one, and I see why. Because I don't know, I don't know if just these SEC teams are like having a hard time scoring against each other, but that was a rough game. That was a rough
Yeah.
defensive game. I feel like it was like 10-13 into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, both offenses were real sluggish. And if it hadn't been for that turnover before halftime on the goal line, I, I don't know. I mean, I think Auburn wins.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was close.
that was a heartbreaker. But Georgia, they had less than 80 yards, and most of those were from their quarterback running.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they did say they even mentioned that in the game that like their offense is not very good. At least, and then
nah.
passing wise, they're not doing well at all.
And
So
Auburn, I don't know what Auburn was doing either. I mean, they ran for 140, which is it was okay, but they only threw for 137, and I think it was like 3.5 or 4 yards per pass is all they were making. So that guy can't look downfield.
I think I saw them beat Baylor the first week of the season,
Yeah.
and then they lost to Oklahoma, and it was an under. It was a low scoring game. They lost to A&M, another low scoring game, and here they go lose to Georgia. So there might be a pattern right there of
I
unders and
mean,
losses too.
playing the SEC though, that's a whole different caliber
It is.
of athlete.
Yeah, it is. Kansas and Texas Tech turned out the way we thought. Even though 14.5 points was a lot, Texas Tech, they're really surprising me how good they are. They ran the ball really well. I feel like that
Yeah.
guy ran over 200 yards. He had over 200 yards of rushing. And then their defense shows up. And that's why I picked the under because defensively, but you look, we only had it by a half a point. You see
Right.
that they scored 59 points. So, either way, I'll take it. It's another WW. So that
Yeah,
was
it's
a
a
really
dub.
good
Hell
parlay.
yeah.
Yeah. We weren't so fortunate on the Aggie Florida game. I thought the Aggie defense would be better, and so I picked the under on that one. They did win, but yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't hold them
Yeah,
down.
that Aggie defense, they gave up too many points early. They gave up 14 in the first quarter.
Yeah, yeah.
They get that quarterback from the fighting Willis High School there. He looked good. He looked good.
He
It was
did. He did.
good quarterback play, great play calling. Really ate up the Aggie defense early, but they made some adjustments, moving their defensive back up and moving their linebacker to the side. They put some pressure on the quarterback. They even caused two more. Caused four fumbles with two turnovers. Yeah, that was the difference in the game, and Aggies put it on them.
Yeah, and I think they're at number 4 in the nation now.
Yeah,
It's a weird world when we're there number
after the
4.
first quarter, they only gave up one field goal.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I didn't think they'd score that many points at 34. That's why I picked the under. But
Yeah, definitely.
all right. And then the last one, shocker to me. I thought that Tennessee would play better defense at home against average Arkansas team. But they couldn't I mean, I think Arkansas had the lead for most of the game, or at least part of the game. Tennessee had to come back to win. So yeah, the
Yeah,
11.5 wasn't even close. But they did hold them just under at 65 points. So that was a good call right there.
yeah. Tennessee's defense sucks. I mean, everyone scores at Arkansas, which is kind of what I'm. Well, I mean, look at the total for this coming week with the Aggies going there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody scores at Arkansas. I just didn't expect Tennessee's defense to suck so bad.
I don't think they did either. So maybe that's a thing to come as well as we'll look at their games for next week.
Yeah,
So here's
definitely.
the cool thing. So this week we actually had 8 wins, 2 losses on our picks, which I think is real impressive. And
Yeah.
overall, 22 wins, 16 losses. So we're definitely in the money. You may be able to turn those pesos into yen or
Come on.
yuan. Yeah, who knows what that's going to be.
I
So,
like it. My
or
wife will
the
like it.
Turkey lira, have some lira in there.
Come on.
So, all right. So real good week. Congratulations. That was a good week. Let's look ahead at what we're going to do for next week, which we'll pick on Friday. So here's some ones I threw out there. Let me know your thoughts on these. We may not pick all these games, but I just want to throw some out there that we can start looking at. Of course, got to look at Texas and Kentucky. Now, I will say this, I'm a little nervous because we just barely got back into the top 25. We just beat Oklahoma, and now we're 12 and a half point favorites at Kentucky. That worries me a little bit. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I think it's too much.
Yeah, yeah, that could be too much.
Big
Uh,
overreaction.
true.
Let's see what
Yeah,
let's see what Vegas does to that line here in the next couple days.
true, true. Yeah, you see what happens when you win the Red River rivalry?
Oh yeah.
You get 12 and a half points, man. LSU goes to Vandy. Vandy needs to come back because they struggled a couple weeks ago against Alabama. LSU did come away with a win against the bad South Carolina team.
The Cox.
Vandy 2.5. What's that?
Everyone beats yeah, LSU beat the Cox, you know? I mean,
We knew that was going to happen.
you knew that was gonna happen, yeah.
So Vandy 2.5 at home. I'm going to think about that one, but I honestly think that they could pull that off. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
field goal. You win games by field goals, especially these close conference games sometimes.
right.
That could be a winner right there. A&M travels to Arkansas. So number four A&M travels to, below average Arkansas. 7.5 point favorites, 61 and a half points. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll look at some stuff during the week and it'll change my mind, but
I
we'll
think the biggest bet on the game is which side of the field is gonna kiss more cousins. So
see.
I don't know.
Yeah, Aggie's gonna feel good over in Arkansas right there.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. Ole Miss goes to Georgia. Ole Miss, I think they're higher ranked, but Georgia is picked to win. And to me, that's a lot of points for a Georgia team that hasn't really showed a lot of offense.
Oh,
I feel like this could be an upset here with Ole Miss going into town. So maybe
yeah.
going those Ole Miss 8.5 points.
Who does Georgia play next week?
Good question. I have to look that up, but
Yeah, I got to look at that. It could be a trap game there.
true, true. I think Ole Miss is pretty good though. And then here's a shootout for you for SEC. Tennessee going to Alabama. That one should be the 61 and a half points that A&M
Uh,
Arkansas has, but that's got a lot of points there.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to stop who in that one?
Yeah, yeah,
So, and with Alabama, is Bam Miller going to play? He got knocked out in the fourth quarter with a concussion.
yeah.
The pride of Tyler, Texas. So I don't know. I don't know. They got him listed as active, but
Yeah.
we'll
And you
see.
know what? Even that 7.5 points, I'll be honest, kind of is a lot in a
Yeah,
game like this. Kind of like that Tennessee Arkansas game where it was a 3 point game. I
right.
have a feeling this could be a 1, 2, 3 point game as well.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I mean,
Tennessee and yeah,
Alabama's quarterback looked good in this last game, but
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I don't know, man. That I don't know. 7.5. That sure is a good number to take Tennessee.
yeah. And I threw a couple of these Big 12 games in here. The Utes going to BYU, always a good game. Red against blue, Utes against Utes.
Yeah,
And Utah, actually, I think this is the one. Utah is, or BYU's higher ranked, but Utah, you see, in BYU is picked 3.5 point favorites. That could
yeah.
be an interesting game right there. So,
I
yeah.
mean, the Storm and Mormons, they ought to. I don't know. I expect them to get a win. I didn't think that they would lose any of the first 8 games, but Utah's surging, so
Yeah, yeah.
crunch a few numbers
Utah,
here.
they beat uh they beat Arizona State pretty good last week,
Yeah,
42-10. So
as
that could
everyone
be the thing.
should.
Yeah.
The
And
cheerleaders are the best thing about Arizona State.
and then Arizona, I just threw U of H because I know that's a Texas team there. Um, 1.5 points. I think like obviously people don't know which one to pick. They're just like this is
Right.
a toss up here. I guess it depends on which U of H team shows up. So,
Definitely.
but we'll see. So these are the ones we'll be talking about on Friday. Make sure to like and subscribe. That'll really help us out. We'd love to see your comments and your picks to tell us what you think and who you think's going to win. But shoot, if we go from 8-2 last week, yeah, it's probably going to be another big week. Probably going to make a lot of house money here, so that'd be pretty good for us.
Definitely.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later, and we'll actually be coming out with a NFL pick as well. So we'll let you guys. Put that out in a couple days.
Had a
Thanks.
great NFL weekend.
Yeah, you did. I did not. Yeah, when you see our picks, you're gonna know it wasn't good at all. So, all right, have a good one. We'll see you, Dave.